Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss about inline function in C++. So before moving with that inline function, let's see some benefit of our normal function. See the benefit of our normal function. So function, okay, probably we are using the functions for to save the memory space. Okay, the main objective of our function is to save the memory space. We are group some logical part and also make it as a function, and whenever we are in it, which we are define the function only once, whenever we are in it, that time we are call that specific function. Okay, call that function and also use it. Okay, that is we can write once and also use it many times. Okay, we can call and use it many times. Okay, so the major problem is whenever we are declaring anything as a function, uh, if the function logical part is too small, whenever we are call the function, okay, we control switch over from our main function to that user defined function, and after completing all the tasks it return to the main function. So here the control should be switch over from here and there, okay, from main to user defined function and user defined function to main. Okay, so this jumping takes a lot of time. It's required extra amount of time. Okay, so sometimes a function is too small. Okay, a function is too small, the percentage of execution time, okay, whenever we are using the execution time, that should be there is huge amount of execution time is taken only for jumping to the calling function. Okay, so it's a major problem. To avoid that specific problem, we can go with the inline function. To avoid that problem, we are going with the inline function. So inline function in C, we are using the macros. The major problem in macro is while we are executing the program, if any error raised inside the macro, we can't get the debugging mechanism. Okay, it should not be guided debugging mechanism. That's a major problem. So in C++, we have inline function. Anyway, it's a special type of function. So if any error is raised, we can easily debug it. Okay. Okay. How these inline functions differ from our normal function? In normal function, a control switch over from main function to user defined function. Instead of that, in inline function, while we are compiling the code, the source code has been copied and also placed in the calling area. Instead of the call statement, the entire source code can be copied and placed on that location. Okay, so maybe we are called the inline function from main. Okay, on that location a code has been replaced. Okay, while we are compile our program, that time itself it should be replaced. Okay, call has been replaced by the specific code, that is specific function code. Okay, so whenever we are executing the program, there is no need to move from main to user defined function, because already the code has been replaced inside the main itself. Okay, so automatically it's reduced the function overhead. Okay, let's see syntax for inline function. Inline is a keyword. Okay, and also remaining should be look like our normal function definition. Okay, return type, function name, and parameter list. Okay, if our normal function should be sometimes our normal function should be act as an inline function. If the lines, that is logical part is too small, automatically compiler consider that's an inline function. Okay, without keyword also normal function is act as an inline function. Okay, but if you want to specify or if you want to make it as an inline function, okay, we can use the keyword inline. We are use the keyword inline. Okay, let's see an example program. Okay, here I define one function max. Okay, for the function I have passed two values x and y. Here using ternary operator, I'm going to find the maximum value, that is biggest among the x and y. Okay, and also it's written to the calling area. Okay, so here inside the main, okay, I have called the max with 20 and 10. Okay. The maximum value is 20. In the first call, the maximum value is 20. Okay. So the max function is an inline function. The code has been replaced here. Okay. While we are compiling the program, the code has been replaced here. Okay. Then the next line, we're going to call the max function. Once again, I am going to call the max function along with new data 0 and 200. And in the next line, okay, once again I am going to call the function along with the data 100 and 1010. Okay. So after typing this program, when we are going to whenever we are compile the code, the inline function code has been replaced like this. Okay. Instead of max 20, 10, it should be replaced as 20 is greater than 10 along with the ternary operator question mark and x value and y value. Okay, x value and y value. The same thing should be going for the next max call. Okay. So automatically we are reduce the execution time. Automatically we are reduce the execution time. Let's see the example program. When I execute the program, the output should be look like that. Okay, max of 20, 10 is 20, max of 20, 200 is 200, max of 100, 1010 is 1010. Okay, so automatically it returns the result. Actually, the compiler should not call the inline function. Okay. While we are compile the program, during that time itself, it's replace the code. Automatically, it's replace the code. Let's see another one example. Okay. So this here we are going to find the cubic of any value. Okay, using the inline function, we are going to find the cubic of any value. And also another inline function for to increment the value by 1. Increment the value by 1. Okay. So inside the main, I have assigned 11 to A and call the cubic function. We call the cubic function using the value 3. Okay. While we are executing the while we are compile this code, automatically this call has been replaced by s into s into s, that is 3 into 3 into 3. Okay. And another one is we are called the increment function using the variable a. Okay, so current value equal to 11. So when I call it, okay, there is when we are compile it, this call has been replaced with plus a. Automatically it's replaced by plus a, that is plus 11. So automatically we can get the value as 12. Okay, so let's execute and get the result. So cubic of 3 is 27. Just a minute. Cube of 3 is 27, and when we are increment the value, okay, 11 plus 1 equal to 12. We can get the result like that. Okay. So it's look like normal function call, but it's not like that. We compile a tree inline function in totally different way. Okay, automatically it's execute the program in totally different way. Okay, so the number of execution, that is execution time, is automatically reduced. So always the inline function code has been replaced inside the function call area. Okay, always replaced in this location. Okay. Okay, whenever a function cannot act as an inline function, okay, we have some circumstance. In that time, our function can be act as a normal function. Okay, that is, if our function contains the loop. Okay. Actually, inline function, when we can use the inline function, when we have less number of statements. Okay, the logical part is too small, that time only we can use the inline function. So whenever we are using the loop, okay, maybe it's based on the condition. Okay, maybe we are going to do 10 times we are going to iterate the block of code 10 times or 100 times or 1000 times. Okay, so automatically it should be this, the code has been executed repeatedly, so that's why loop cannot be used inside the inline function. Okay. And recursive. Okay, so recursive also terminated based on some certain condition. Okay, so here also the program code has been executed repeatedly, so a recursive function cannot be act as inline function. Okay, so whenever we have a static variable, okay, that function also cannot act as an inline function. And we want to use switch or go to statement. Okay, if our function contains switch or go to statement, automatically it should be considered as a normal function. Okay, even we have specified that's an inline function, but that function is act as a normal function. Okay, and a function is not returning value, but if there isn't return statement, its function is not returning any value, but if it contains some return statement. Okay, so this, whenever we can find any one of this condition, that time our inline function cannot act as a inline function. Okay, it acts as a normal function. Okay, so the main difference between the normal function and inline function is, instead of control jumping from main to the function, in inline function, the whole code has been replaced. The code has been substituted in the function call area. So automatically it's reduced the execution time. Automatically it's reduced the execution time. That's all about inline function.